Go ahead.
That would have been a good way to just get right into it. We're going to
Yeah.
start bullshitting. I'm bullshitting here with Stephen Pearcy, lead singer of Rat, back in the dressing room after Rat just turned in a tremendous performance to close out day number 1 of Rocklahoma. And Stephen and I go back a little bit, man. You got a lot of different stuff going on, and you always did. You know, you're always the Top Fuel stuff, and of course your solo stuff, and arcade, and all the other things that you've done. And of course now you're back where everybody really loves you. Front and Rat. It's been a couple years now since the reunion.
Yeah, interesting. You know, I've been just craving for a new record. You know, and hence, you know, my solo stuff. I mean, I'm constantly writing and keeping active, and you know, I like the music. What can I say?
Well, we talked earlier. You, me and Warren, and we were talking earlier about the fact that it seems like you both kind of want to do a new record at some point. It just maybe is a matter of just figuring out what it's going to be and when you're going to do it.
Yeah, it's not even so much looking for deals or anything, because you know, you and I both know the medium. I mean, I have my own company and deal with other bands and my stuff, and it's getting interesting though. But the main line, I mean, you know, is we want a record, but we want a vibe that we had 83 meets 87, EP meets dancing. I mean, that's how Warren's, you know, the analogy of the process. And me, I agree, you know, but I'm ready to go. I've got, you know, a bunch of songs, and you know, and I mean, it's frustrating, but we're going to get there.
But that's the thing. I mean, you want to make sure that when you do it, it lives up to what people say. Because you know as well as I do, most people come to see a Rat show, and it's like, you know, they want to hear the Rat hits, they want to hear what you do. And I give you a lot of credit, because there's a lot of artists with the catalog that you guys have could easily just lay back and say, you know what, we got Round and Round, and we got Lay It Down, and we got You're in Love. We don't. Who gives a shit about new music? But I love when bands do new music if it's of the quality of what they used to do.
Sure.
So that's the challenge.
And yeah, it is. And nowadays, I mean, I would just like to put out one new song, but I'm not satisfied. So I'll put out, you know, we want to do a record. It's just a matter of, you know, finding the time. We've been doing a lot of traveling out of the U.S. and you know, now we're back. Now there's time. I'm finishing up some, you know, my 3rd solo record is coming out on July and 22nd, and then I'm going to go out and do stuff. And
because you're still doing solo shows also,
yeah, still doing that every now and then. You know, I do the Texas Fest a couple days, and it's cool because we have this, you know, system here. But you know, if there's talk of a record, I stay playing. You know? But until then, you know, I still have the race car, you know, sponsorship thing, and so you know, and I want some of my bands developed coming out on my, you know, Top Fuel Records, which it's going to happen. So it's great. You know?
How's the vibe been since you've been back in the band? Because, you know, there was a lot of healing and stuff to get back to this point, and, you know, a lot of bridges that had to be mended and everything. And now, to me, as an outsider's standpoint, both watching the show on stage and being backstage here with you guys, I mean, you know, it seems like everybody's really clicking.
Well, you know what happened is during that time we got back together to exactly probably today, we've already been there and back, and it's a whole different thing. You know, we've already, you know, doing the business thing and still understanding who wants what, when, where, how, why. You know, you can understand that. But no, and to me, it becomes down to record and just doing the right things. But you know, hey, you know, we're not going anywhere. You know, so you know, we'll get to it. We'll get to it, you know.
Last thing before I let you go here, what's your favorite moment since you've been back in the band? Do you have a favorite moment, favorite show, favorite song, favorite thing that just clicked on stage? You're like, man, this is great to have my band back again.
Well, sure. I mean, to see Warren just kicking ass on, you know, like tonight on a couple of solos, I mean, I just sit back and just go, fuck yeah, you know, sick 'em. You know, and when I'm comfortable, I just have you know, it's a good time. But that, I mean, that was a good show. And you know, if we do that, then we're fine. You know,
and
it's our therapy is playing out there and playing good and cohesive and not falling around and you know, whatever. You know, it's just like so. But we've already hit that plateau of, you know, getting back together. That you go through the same thing as you did that Torrio part again, and
You just try to re-navigate it though when you get to that point though, right?
Find a medium. So my suggestion to any new bands or bands out there that are ready to implode, that were successful. You get successful and you implode and you figure it out. But go to my seminar. No.
And look, you know, it's always good to have the singer there that sang the hits.
Well, shit, I mean, I write the songs, so what can I say?
Yeah.
I don't just yell at you.
Absolutely.
I mean, if we, I mean, like tonight, we got off on it. I can tell we were getting off. We're having a good time.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Well, that's the key, man. As long as you're still having fun, that's what it's about, right?
Pleasure, my friend.
Good to see you, man. Stephen Pearcy, is it topfuel.com right now?
No, it's StephenPearcy.net.
StephenPearcy.net.
Yeah, or
you can find the Top Fuel stuff,
yeah,
and solo stuff, and rap, and everything going on.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff happening with Airline Records and Top Fuel Records, and we've got a girl band coming out, Gash Inc., and my solo record.
Gash Inc.?
Yeah, it's been, you know, it's been a 5-year process actually.
That's a hell of a name for an old girl. I couldn't make that up.
If you go, it's been 5 years developing this, and I finally found the singer, you know, and we went in and did Cherry Bomb from the Runaways,
right,
for the first song introduction, and I thought it was cool. So we're moving ahead, and that'll be out later in the year.
Lita's playing here in a couple days.
I know.
You made that deal. You know,
or go to MySpace, Top Deal Records, MySpace, or Steven MySpace, and there's cool stuff on there. I mean, I back Lita and Joan on my sites and MySpace.
Yeah.
You know, everybody from fucking Hillary Duff to whoever. So.
Right.
A label is a label.
And he backs me. He gave me a shout out today from the stage at Rocklahoma.
Yes,
I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Good to see you, man. And let's hope for some new rap music coming soon with all the great live shows.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yes.